Oh, welcome to the Sharpe Way show. So happy to have you with me today. Actually, at 7 p.m. Look at me go. 7 p.m. on the East Coast. I have made it on time. First time in like a week that I actually made it on time, but I did. Look how good I am sitting here in the bunker. And I thought, what would I do today's show about? And there were many options I could pop up. I was popping up with different options, what I could do, what I shouldn't do. And then I thought, Joe Biden was on The View. How can I not touch that? It seemed like it's the most important thing I could chat about because of many reasons. People think often, well, Biden doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter. He's gone. He does. And the opposite is if you think, and many people do, oh, come on, Trump is going to win. Trump is the guy. Nobody likes Biden anymore. No one likes Harris anymore. Oh, people do. Lots of them. In fact, over half the country sometimes. So a lot of people actually like these people and they want to talk to them. So yes, watching The View, and some of you may want to vomit. That's okay. I watched it for you. So I'm going to watch it with you today. And I'm going to walk down some of the things that matter here, pieces that actually count here. Remember something. The Democratic Party is changing. It has been for a long time. And I brought up many times. It's one of the reasons why RFK Jr. left the party. One of the reasons, there's many, but that's one of the reasons why. If you go back to the Democratic Party of the 70s, even 80s, you will find a Democratic Party that's very different than it is now. Democrats used to be the ones who were against censorship. They were the ones who were against war. They were the ones who, they were the free everything. They were the First Amendment absolutists. That's who Democrats were. Boy, is that not true today. Also, Democrats used to be the party of the working class, right? That's what Democrats used to be. That is going away. I'm not sure Republicans have become that yet, but I think they're moving towards that. Democrats are not that anymore. Democrats are, believe it or not, the party of educated women. And in many cases, and I think you'll see it here, this is the critical piece, the party of the privileged. The more privileged you are, and I know some of you people on the left go, you're using my word privilege. Yes, I am. The more privileged you are, the more you are a Democrat. And of course, you use the word privilege as an attack on others, but you are still probably privileged being a Democrat. I think that's the number one thing. And I think this show is going to show some of that. I think this show will show how much there is a privilege aspect to the Democratic Party in this case. And again, I don't mean every Democrat. I'm going to be clear. Not every Democrat, obviously. Democratic voters vote for different reasons. But the actual Democratic Party establishment, how it is, and the people around it, and also the vibes they create. People tease me all the time and go, Larry, you and your vibes. You talk about Democrats having vibes. Harris's campaign is about vibes. And some people say, well, that's dumb. It needs to be about policy. No, it can be about vibes, right? Remember, at the end of the day, an election is literally a popularity contest. That's what it is. It's a popularity contest. So if vibes work, right? That's the issue. So we do want to think about that. The idea of having vibes, it may actually be, it's part of the system. And part of that is having celebrities say, look how cool you are. You're cool because you're a celebrity. That's what we're going to be working on today. And I know some of you will want to vomit, but please bring your bucket. I think you'll be fine. I'm teasing, obviously, yes. But let me see if I can get this up here if I can. To where a point where we can all see. Oh, and we can see. Very nice. And here is President Joe Biden on The View. He just got there. We don't have to watch the literal standing ovation he got.
That's true. So, welcome back to The View,
It's good
sir.
to be back to you. It really
It's
is.
nice to have you here.
I'd like to be.
I like to be in front of 6 women who love me too. I mean, I get it. Hey, Larry, here's 6 women who adore you. Can you please sit between them? Why, yes, I would love that.
I'll get us started.
Yeah.
So, Mr. President, it was only 2 months ago that you decided to step aside from seeking re-election, putting your country first above any personal ambition. And
Yeah. Now, what I love about that question is, look, you step down, putting your country first over personal ambition. That's not exactly how it happened, is it? It happened a bit different, but that's fine. I like how it is. Basically, look, Mr. President, you're amazing and awesome. Let me just start the question with that, and then let me ask whatever else I'm going to ask.
passing
Hey, we love
And
him.
passing the torch to the vice. It's like having one of
This is the media. This is the media. He shows up and random audience members yell, "We love you, Joe." All right. It sounds like a rally to me, but no. This is mainstream ABC during the day, literally millions of people watching. And people will say, "I don't understand why they could vote for Joe Biden." They watch this.
Beatles at the table. And you passed the torch to Vice President Kamala Harris. What have these past 2 months felt like, and are you at peace with your decision?
I am at peace with my decision. Look, when I ran for this last term, I said that I saw myself as a transition president.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's a blatant lie. You know that's a lie, right? Like, you know that's a lie. That's not what happened. He was like, I'm going to run for president and win, and I will hold all the power. That's what he was actually thinking. Now that he got pushed out because nobody supported him anymore. Now he's like, well, I was a transitional president. Now he's rewriting history, and they're allowing him to. They're not only allowing him to, they're encouraging him to rewrite history. And some of you are going to be mad and be like, Larry, but that's not right. That's not true. It doesn't matter. They will rewrite history, and you will find people simply accept this as the norm now.
Transitioning to a new generation of leadership. Now, I know I only look 40, but I'm 180 years old.
That's
been
true.
around forever. And but what happened was we were having so much success in getting things done that people thought we couldn't get done.
Everybody's so much winning. That is why everybody loves the economy. Oh, wait. That is why everybody's so happy. Oh, wait. That is why women and men are getting oh, wait. That is why there's no war. Ooh, oh, wait. Damn. Like, that's success? Okay. You do you, man. We have so much success as I was just saying things. Okay.
I found myself having used more time than I would have ordinarily to, pass.
I like that. I was just so good. I mean, I was just such an amazing president that I just thought, I'm spending so much time doing all the good stuff. Wow. Head's a little big. It's fine.
Torch. But working with Kamala, she is bright, she is tough, she's honorable. And the thing I like about her, and one thing we share in common,
what do you share?
Is that we have an optimistic view of the future here.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's all you need.
There's nothing we can't do. I mean, there
Nothing.
really isn't. Anyway.
Nothing we can't do. Nothing we can't do except maybe beat China. There's nothing we can't do except maybe win a war. But there's nothing we can't do except maybe conquer inflation. But there's other than those three things, there's nothing we can't do other than have a fair election. There's nothing we can't do. He's right. Nothing.
But that's what happened, and
that's
so finally, I decided that it was better, and I said what I meant what I said.
Okay, you said at least 4 times. I should have. You know what? I should have queued those up. Shame on me. He said at least 4 times he's going to the end. He is the nominee. He made sure the DNC did not allow anyone else to run. That actually happened. He made sure. The reason why RFK Jr. ran as an independent was because his DNC made sure he had no chance of even running any type of primary. That's why Dean Phillips lost. That's why Marianne Williamson lost. That's why RFK Jr. ran independent, all because he made it happen. He is the one. This is a blatant and clear lie. He is rewriting history. That's not what happened at all. And if you're part of the RFK Jr. campaign, you know what I'm talking about. This is a blatant and utter lie. He's rewriting history. And they're like, please rewrite history. Rewrite some more. Oh, we love when you write history. Do it some more.
It was the greatest honor in the world sitting behind the Resolute desk as President of the United States. But I loved it. But it sounds corny, but I love my country more.
That's right. That's just an incredible.
That's right. You love your country. Yeah, that's right. It had nothing to do with the fact that Nancy Pelosi and all the Democrats would simply no longer support you whatsoever. And you might actually wind up losing because Democrats are not going to support you, wouldn't raise money for you. No, you just love your country better. Oh my God, Joe, you're amazing. He's right.
That's an incredible thing that you did.
He's incredible. He's incredible.
Mr. President, the vice president.
The way he held on to power and ensured that no one else could have any chance at getting it, and that he would make sure that his specific pick Harris gets in, regardless of what any other Democrat cares about. I mean, that's a great thing, isn't it? Isn't that about oh, wait, it's not democracy at all, is it? That's not democracy. Wait a minute, what am I saying? They just said that. Huh.
Has been working hard to get her message out to voters, and she's been drawing large crowds. Crowds are a thing for some people. There is momentum among
Little stab at Trump.
Democrats.
For as long as you
Okay.
count right.
Orange man bad.
There
Orange
is
man
some
bad.
momentum among Democrats that we're seeing. As the only person who has ever beaten Trump,
The only person.
what
ever
advice
beat
have
him.
you given the vice president about how to win?
What's funny is she had to read that, right? She had to read that question. Does that mean she didn't have it in her head already? She's literally reading it. What advice did you have? You had to read that question. Did she not have it? Was she given these questions?
Be herself. Look,
See, that's how you beat Trump. You just be yourself. Brilliant. Brilliant. This man, how do you beat Trump? Be yourself. That's it. Done. I didn't know it was that easy. It's that easy. Just be yourself. Okay. It's weird then. If that's true, Hillary Clinton was herself. How come she didn't win? It's not good advice.
she is smart as hell, number one.
She's smart.
She's
as hell.
tough. She was a first-rate prosecutor. She is a United States Senator of significant consequence. And as vice president, there wasn't a single thing that
Yeah?
I did
Tell
that
me.
she couldn't do.
See that? She took care of the border. Oh, wait. But it's fine. She made sure there was no wars. Oh, whoops. She got you out of Afghanistan without a hitch. Oh, not that one either. Damn. Okay, I'm sure there's something there. I'm sure I've missed something. There's something that. You sure you want to say this?
And so I was able to delegate her responsibility on everything from foreign policy to domestic policy.
And she delegated everything. That's why the economy is so great. Oh, and it's not. But that's why there's no wars. Oh, wait. Oh. Now, I can joke and say this, but what will all of them say? I just gave you, off the top of my head, 3-4 things that have utterly failed. And I can't think of a positive thing. And the audience will not go, wait a minute, what about? They won't. They'll go, yes, you delegated to me. You're the best delegator. No one delegates better than you, sir. You are the most delegated.
Look, the one thing we have in common, she and
Okay.
I,
You told me that what you had in common was the optimistic thing. That was the one thing. So if you say something else, basically a liar.
two basic things that are different.
Oh, two.
Departed from
Well, you said one. Come on, brother. Put it together. Get together.
some Democrats, some past Democratic notions. We thought the way to build this country and build the economy, which was left in tatters,
Yeah.
was to build a
Look at them. Yeah. Because Trump destroyed the economy. They're like, yeah, you're right. If it wasn't for the evil orange man, we'd all be good. But he wrecked everything.
middle class.
Right.
To build
right.
to build a middle class from the bottom up.
That's
And
it.
increase it. We give the poor folks an opportunity, give the middle class a chance to grow. And the wealthy
That's
can
it.
still do well. They should start paying their taxes.
They
but,
should.
Yes.
See that? You wealthy people, you don't pay taxes. That's your problem, right? He just said it. Wealthy people don't pay the taxes. They don't pay any taxes. None. Only the poor people do. That's what he just said, right? And there were two things that they have in common, right? Only one, but two. But then he just gave one, which is the middle class, which is not the one he gave before. But stop thinking about this, okay? God, Jane, stop listening. Just get the vibe. It feels good. Who cares that he makes no sense? This is not relevant. We're just gonna build the middle class, even though there's literally no evidence of middle class doing well at all. In fact, literally, the millennials are getting their ass kicked, and the Generation Z isn't even trying to become middle class. It's completely over, broken. Oh, but that's what he delegated to. He delegated that to Harris, and then she is vibing it, or is that the what? I don't know. But it feels good. Look, they're all smiling.
but all kidding.
Yeah, they're clapping. Oh, I don't know what you said, but man,
And the
Joy
other
goes,
thing
duh.
is that
Literally, Joy went, duh. Like, yeah, what you said. Ask Joy right now to repeat what he said. She'd be like, but he goes, duh. Yeah. People don't get it. What's wrong with you?
I don't know all of a sudden how we're so down on the prospects of America.
How can you be down? See, you people. Kim, what's wrong with you being down? Why are you down? Michael's all down. Why are you down? The only thing wrong is we have constant wars, horrible debt, terrible people who are dying. We have our families are broken, but that's all. But that's it. Border broken, people coming in left and right. That's it. And you were all down. I'm down. Why are you down? People can't get jobs they want. People having 2, 3, 4 jobs. That's it. That's just more work. Middle class is extinct. Don't you know the orange man is bad and we're stopping him? Groceries are 4 times the price. Down. Ungrateful. That's you. Kim, you ungrateful. Look what he's done for you. Look at the vibes you got. They're all clapping. And why are they all clapping? Because every one of these 6 women is wealthy. I'm not joking. Every one of these 6 women are wealthy. And Kim is here saying, poison food, bad food. They don't have to worry about that. They buy the best food. Why? They all have lots of money. They have lots of money, so they all buy the best food, while the average American does not do that. Well, the average American struggles. Everyone there is privileged. As I said, the Democratic Party is the party of the privileged. It's the party of educated women. That's what it is now. And that's why they stand there and laugh and clap, and that's all they do. And you might say, well, Larry, this is terrible. You're making fun of them. I am. But there are literally tens of millions of Americans who will watch this and agree and clap away. The audience is still yelling, we love you, Joe. But what has he said so far regarding the American family? Here's what I'm going to tell you. Nothing.
There's nothing we've ever set out to do we haven't been able to do as a people.
See, nothing. We tried to absolutely wreck Afghanistan, and we did that. Wrecked. Literally, people dying, everyone getting killed, everyone getting destroyed. We replaced the Taliban, and we spent 20 years doing it, trillions of dollars, couple thousand lives, tens of thousands wounded, so we could replace the Taliban with a better armed Taliban. That was 20 years. And he made sure that we did that. See, I don't know why you guys are all mad about stuff. Whatever we try to do, we do. I guess. What are we trying to do again? Vibes. Yeah, whatever. I'll just pacify you with America good, orange man bad.
And we've done it together. Nothing.
Nothing. We've done it together. Nothing. He said, I'm sorry. Okay. What have we done together? Nothing. We've watched the last 4 years collapse.
And so I just think she is, she has the energy, she has the intelligence, she has the grit, she has the stamina, and she has the guts to do the right thing.
There we go. What's up? Now, how do you see that when it comes to policy? Vibes. It's vibes. Okay? It's vibes. She has the stamina, okay? And the grit. She's got that. Who needs policy? Who needs results? Who needs results when you've got stamina and grit? I got some stamina and grit. I mean, policies are for chumps, okay? Stop. Lars for president is here. How are you, Lars? Absolutely. Yeah, Lars has policies. That's your problem, Lars. What you don't have enough of is vibes. That's where you're screwing up, you and your policy, like you're going to fix something. No, vibes is what counts. And then on top of that, grit and something. And there's nothing you can't do. God, you guys never you don't get it. Get with the program. Get with the program.
Mr.
Look at applause.
We all agree at this table it's very selfless of you to pass the baton and step aside.
how
There was a
selfless he is?
perception that perhaps your
I am
hand was
crying.
forced, and some pointed fingers to Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who you
There's a perception that his hand was forced. You know, that's clearly lies. That would never happen because Nancy Pelosi's clearly awesome. So, yeah.
have
Okay.
a long relationship with and accomplished many things
Yeah.
with.
True. Many things.
Did you feel that your hand was forced, and what is your relationship?
I mean, think about how much money they made together in the stock market. I mean, she's not wrong. They really accomplished so many things. I mean, the amount of just cash that they put in their pockets with Nancy Pelosi's stock trades. I mean, I think most of us watching would probably just like pass out if we actually knew how much money they made and passed on to friends and cronies. So they did achieve a lot. Oh, you're thinking about the country? Oh, no, not that. The country. No. They don't care about the country. I'm talking about the things they've achieved making cash. They bought tons of houses. They all have like multiple houses. They bought all kind of stuff off the back of the American public. I mean, that's impressive grift. I don't think you can find better grift than Nancy Pelosi. I don't think you could. You could try, but you wouldn't get it. You wouldn't get it at all. That's the issue. Yes, you wouldn't get it.
Relationship with Speaker Pelosi now?
Our relationship is fine. Look,
Okay. It's fine. You know how much money I made off this woman? Are you kidding me? Fine. I lose 4 years. I made $10 million this month off of her. Are you kidding me? Whatever. Nancy's fine. As long as I keep bringing the cash, she's gonna get Hunter out. Gonna make sure we got enough money to pay them lawyers so he don't go to jail. We're good. We're good.
I never fully believed
Yeah.
the assertions that somehow there was this overwhelming reluctance of my running again.
He never believed it. He didn't believe people didn't want him to run. When he ordered the DNC to make sure that nobody else ran, when he ordered the DNC to ensure that if you showed up in a state where there was a primary that you could not go to debates, when he made sure there were no debates at all, when he did all that, it was just, random. He had no idea that people didn't want him to run. When he literally had 4 or 5 people tell him they're running against him, when he had Marianne Williamson against him, RFK Jr. against him, when he had Dean, whatever that guy's name is, Dean so-and-so against him, when he had those people against him, what? That's just, whatever. He had no idea that people were against him, except they were all against him. When Nancy Pelosi kept saying he'll decide if he wants to stay. Yeah. When people looked at him after that debate and said, what's wrong with you? You have a problem. He was like, no, whatever. No, it's fine. Whatever. He didn't know. He didn't know.
And although the polling, as I said, Biden's polling was different, the fact of the matter is my polling was about, we're always within range of beating this guy.
Yeah.
It was always in range. 30, 40 points out. That's in range. All right, Dave, that's in range. You guys, that's in range.
And, but what I did was, I think there were, it makes sense. There were some folks who would like to see me step aside, so they have a...
Wait a minute. You said no one. Okay, now I'm getting confused. You just told me that no one wants you to step aside. Now you're saying somebody does. Okay, what is it?
Chance to move on. I get that.
Oh, it was just the greedy people. That's okay. See, this is the thing. You guys don't understand how savvy Joe Biden actually is. The problem is, okay, here it is. The problem is he saw that there was some greedy people who just wanted to step up and take over because they were bad people. So he decided those weren't people who wanted to actually beat him. They were just mean and evil. So he shut them all out. And after he shut them all out, he then decided to select Harris. See, because he cares. That's democracy or something.
That's just human nature. But that wasn't the reason that I stepped down.
No?
I stepped down because I started thinking about it.
Oh, okay. So to be clear, your whole first 3 years, didn't think about it. Not at all. Didn't think nothing about it. Then after the debate, after you destroyed the primary, after there was no primary, after all that, you then said, you know what? I should think about this. I'm supposed to believe that one?
It's hard to think of, I know you're only 30, but it's hard to think of, it's hard for me to even say how old I am. No, I'm serious. I don't know.
Why is that?
I give my word. It's like, holy God, that can't be right.
And again, you didn't know that earlier this year. You just figured that out. You were like, hey, it's August. When's my birthday again? Hey, Joey, how old am I? 80 what? Holy crap, I thought I was 30. Holy crap. That's what happened? If that happened, we're in worse trouble.
This can't be right.
I'm your age, by the way. The number gives me vertigo. Yes, it does. I am. I'm your age.
No woman close to me is as old as I am. None.
I'm telling you. Sir.
Right now they are.
And this,
And Mr. President, do you think having...
Do you understand how good this is for Democrats? and I say this because I know a lot of you watching are not Democrats. Some of you are, but a lot of you watching are not Democrats. This makes Democrats look friendly and nice and wonderful, and the vibes keep going. So now I feel good about who I'm going to vote for. So I walk into that voting booth and I go, man, I like it. And some people would say to me all the time, yeah, but Larry, I like this guy better or that guy better. Why do they always lose? Because they don't have this part. I tease a lot about vibes. I know I do. I tease about vibes all the time. I do. But vibes actually do matter. Just being clear. Vibes actually do. Oh, did I just screw this up? I'm sorry. Hold on. What did I think I just screwed this up. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to fix this. I'm sorry, guys. Vibes do actually matter. And as much as I joke about it, vibes really do matter. All right. So let me grab some comments if I could. All right. I think I got spammed. Yeah. All right. So I got spammed with some nice comments. Oh, good. I did get some nice spam comments. Thank you for all the nice comments, guys. There we go. Someone says I'm a rising star on YouTube. Look at me go. I love it. All good. All good. Pete says, if by privilege you mean receiving handouts. No. And yes. I mean, part of that, and that's an issue. There's a lot of people like that who are educated and make money, and they're Democrats. So I think there is a lot of that actual privilege. Yes. There we go. So the AC says everyone's kissing his. Yes, accurate. Like there's no tomorrow. Kim says, listen for stumbling and mumbling. Won't be any because his condition is fine. Was a hoax to step down. There is some. There is some. Yeah, there is some. Pete goes on to say, I'd also like 6 women who love me. I'd prefer them to be younger, better looking, and less entitled. Sorry if that sounds sexist. Actually, I'm not greedy, my friend. Pete, I would take any 6 women who love me. It doesn't matter. Older, younger, privileged, not privileged. I would be happy with all of them. I'm good. I'm not complaining. I guess I have different requirements than you do. I don't mind at all. I just like it. It's all good. Yes. So that's good. Let me grab here if I could. The AC says he actually did last time say that he was going to be a one-term president, and it was mainly because everybody was going, dude, you're going to be 90 when you're running for re-election, so no one's going to vote for you. Yeah, he did say that at the end. But this whole year before like August, he was like, no, I'm running no matter what. I'm running no matter what. Absolutely. He is all about it. Just do tomorrow. T-Bone has the most important thing. Orange man bad. And he is indeed bad. That's true. I mean, that part's true. And if you don't have that, it's over. So yes. Laura, South Carolina's on point. I try, brother. I try. I do. Orange beats the new black. All right. Let me go on a bit if I could after the little joke here. Let me put this back on and we can keep going. A little bit left. I know some of you are like, Larry, why are you punishing us? Because it's funny. That's why. Because it's funny.
And Mr. President, do you think had you stayed in the race, would you have won?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. She just said, if you stayed in the race, would you have won? He goes, yes. Then why'd you get out? Why'd you get out? I think your pride hit you on that one, brother. That was your pride. Forrest Mommy says, so you take an application for the 6 women. Maybe I'll put something out, Forrest Mommy. Maybe I'll put something out. I like it.
I was confident I would beat Trump.
Listen, I
He's a
didn't like
loser.
the way they did it. I'm going to just say it out loud because nobody says it out loud. I didn't like the way it was done publicly. I thought they could have done this in a different way because we didn't need to hear all the inner fighting. I didn't like it.
Now she's saying we. This, by the way, is a self-report. This is a self-report. Because just 5 minutes ago, what'd they say? You're the greatest for stepping down. Country is better. You're more important. Now, all of a sudden, I don't like how they did it. Whoa, wait a minute. Who did it? They or him? Now, you just clapped all day long about what a martyr he is and how awesome he is and how he cares about the country. And that's why he stepped down and passed the torch. And now you're like, I don't like how they did it. Who did it? Who's the they? This is self-report? This is Among Us. Self-report.
I'm saying it to you. You were my ride or die. I was going wherever you were going, that's what I was doing. So I just wanted to say that because I always felt you were going to probably do 4 years and then try to figure out where to go with Kamala. Then he just wouldn't go. He was like a bug. He just kept being there. He was like a bug right there. Zzz. So you felt.
Oh. And they laugh at him squashing the bug. Did you just see that? He was like a bug. Who's he? He. Is that person orange? Who is the he? I think yes. And he just said, let's kill the orange man. Probably not the best thing to do after the orange man had 2 attempts on his life already. But you know what? Vibes. Vibes.
And that's what was needed, and you did it. And I just want to say thank you. But thank you for everything you've done in my entire lifetime.
See, thank you for everything you've done in your lifetime. The crime bill in 1992, was it? 4, whenever, 90s? 92, was it? Whatever it was, 90 something. The crime bill, I mean, that put tons of my friends in prison. Yeah, of course. Thank you for that. Thank you for mandatory minimums. That's awesome. Thank you for that. Thank you for calling schools that were prominently Black jungles. Literally said that. So yes, thank you for all those things throughout your entire lifetime. And thank you for that pullout in Afghanistan that got 13 Marines killed for nothing and thousands of Afghans killed for nothing. And thank you for replacing the Afghan Taliban with a better armed Taliban. I appreciate that. Well done, Joe. Awesome. But what she actually means is, this is what she, and most people actually mean when they say this, what she means is, thank you for stopping the orange man. Because that's what they really care about. Everything else is secondary. They're all clapping. Joe's the best.
I want to say thank you to you as well, because.
Oh my God. So now here comes the thank you. They asked softball questions. So let me ask you question number 1. You know, you're so awesome and amazing. Can you tell us why you're so awesome and amazing? 6 times. Now it's, I want to say thank you for being so awesome and amazing. Can I keep saying thank you for being awesome and amazing? This is a wonderful interview. Like I would, oh my God, I wish I could go on this interview. I have 6 women who love me just throwing stuff at me, throwing roses at my feet. Amazing.
You know, one of the things you promised when you came in, you said you were going to have an administration that looked like America. And with so many other things, you delivered.
And with so many other things, I'm trying to find anything he delivered. Anything he delivered. So many other things. You made it look good. Now, don't get me wrong. It does look good. I just would like it to look good and get something done. But they didn't do that. They just went, look good. We don't care if anything gets done. We don't care if it actually works. That doesn't matter. Has to look good. And I guess yes. But I would ask you, this is over halfway done, right? When have they talked about the American family? When have they talked about the American family? They haven't.
Gave us a very diverse cabinet. You gave us the first Black woman in the Supreme Court. You gave us Kamala Harris, the first woman vice president. You gave us Becerra, Cardona, Mayorkas,
Linda.
I mean, Mayorkas. I mean, ooh, that's bad. But that's fine. I'm gonna let it go.
All the people, you know. So thank you for that.
Thank you for making things look good, but not change anything for the better. Because I'm a privileged, wealthy woman, and my life is wonderful, regardless of who's the president. So as long as things feel good, I can stand here virtue signal and pretend like it doesn't actually matter. I can pretend that it doesn't matter at all. I can pretend, no matter how bad it is, that I'm a good person, even though I'm a terrible human being because I'm privileged and don't care about the poor people who I left behind at all. Or she could say that.
So like, in case people don't know, you're like a straight white guy. So why was representation so important to you?
Known for liking chocolate chip ice cream and Ray-Ban sunglasses.
Why was representation so important to you?
Look, you know, I think.
Okay, that question, you're a straight white guy, so why is representation so important to you? That is insulting on so many levels, right? Why would, whether you care about representation or not, why would your race and gender matter? It's a serious issue. So this was an insult to white men, and they all clapped, and he just let it go. He let it go. He didn't go, wow, because I'm a white man, I can't care about these things. I can't care about things because I'm not the thing. So I can't care about an issue unless I am the issue. How stupid is that? How racist is that? How sexist is that? How bigoted is that? But again, she, who is clearly a bigot, clearly privileged, can just go, yeah, because things look good, I'm not a bad person. No, she's a bad person. And he should have stepped back and clapped back on this. That's what he should have done. You can care about, oh, Larry, you're talking trash. I'm not. 2018, I got receipts, as I always do. 2018, a separate newspaper did a check of all of the campaigns who were running for governor. It was 5 at a time. 5 at a time. Guess whose was the most diverse? Mine. Mine was the most diverse. Yeah. And I'm a straight guy. I'm not white, but that's okay. I'm still a straight guy. And I had the most diverse, not by me saying it, by their investigation. I had the most diverse team, the most diverse campaign. Did I care about that? No, I'm a libertarian. I don't care about that stuff. I don't care about that. I care about getting the best people I can all together, working and rocking and rolling. And doing that gave me the most diverse campaign. I had no quotas. If you were on my campaign, you're watching, you know, I had no quotas. And all of a sudden I had women, men, gay, straight, everything. I had trans people on my campaign. Yes. Didn't matter. Didn't care. It didn't matter. Anyway, I'm getting all uppity now.
I think people need, our kids need to have aspirations. I mean, they look.
See, and you can't have aspirations if the person you see at the head doesn't look exactly like you. It's impossible. That's how it works. It's impossible. Barack Obama, I don't know how he became president. There's been no black presidents. So how could he have aspired to become president? It's impossible. You have to have, the person has to look exactly like you, or you cannot have aspiration. That is what they're saying. And they're all like, yeah, it's true.
And they see a woman president, they look and they see a Supreme Court justice, they look and they see.
Because you know what kids are looking at when they're young? Supreme Court justices. It's true. I know. When I was a little kid with comic books, I read my Iron Man comic book and go, you know, is there any black Supreme Court justice? That never happened ever. No kids ever done that. Nobody cares.
Leaders being women, all those young girls who have aspirations go.
Okay, in the young girl's life today, if you are a young girl today, you see female leaders everywhere. Everywhere you see them. Everywhere. Most schools are run by teachers. Most government departments are run by women. Most government departments are run by women. A huge chunk, I don't know how many, but a huge chunk of small businesses run by women. There's women leadership everywhere. Look at all the movies and TV. Tons of women heroines. Tons of women main characters. Tons. There's lots. Not like young girls don't think they can do things. If anything, they have too much goddamn confidence, these young whippersnappers. If anything, they got too much confidence. This is something made up from the 50s. This is something he just creates out of his mind. Women today, young women specifically, older women who've been through some stuff, maybe not. Right? I can't talk to a woman now who's in her 60s or 70s, who may have gone through a lot, even 50s, maybe not. But if you're a woman now in your teens, 20s, even 30s, you're like, no, I could do it. I see tons of women successful. That's not a thing. The young women, it's nice. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not against it. But there's no such thing as young women out there thinking, I can't do it. That's not a thing. That's imaginary. It's made up. He's showing his age.
God, I know it's going to sound corny, but you know, when I remember when we moved from Scranton, Pennsylvania, which was an Irish Catholic neighborhood I lived in. It was poor, it was not poor, but it was middle-class neighborhood. We moved down to Delaware when coal died, and we didn't. My dad didn't work in the mines, but he had lived in Delaware before, until he was a junior in high school. We moved back to Claymont, Delaware, and I moved into a community that was didn't have many Catholics, and
Hold on. Becky Lee says something funny. Thank you, Becky. This is brilliant. She says, I grew up with Barbie doing every job imaginable except Supreme Court Justice. So I never thought I could do that. Yes, that's what happened. If they only would have had Supreme Court Justice Barbie, then maybe we could have some damn Supreme Court justices. But they didn't have that. Blame Mattel. It's Mattel's fault. I smell a lawsuit, Mattel. That's your fault, Mattel. Your fault. By the way, I know I'm yapping because this is fun. I enjoy this. However, if you haven't clicked the button known as like, that means you hate Mattel. No, you might hate Mattel. That's not working. Okay. Just click the button that is like. Do that now. Hip check it, attack it, smash it, hit it with your nose or any other appendages you see fit. But click the button that is like, because that's how I get past, Al Gore. Rhythm. That's how I get past Mr. Rhythm. So please do that. And also share this if you have retweet, re-X, repost, whatever, share it on Facebook. You can always subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, this is my question. If you haven't subscribed and click the bell for notification, what is wrong with you? Do you have a mental disorder? I think you do. Subscribe, damn you. It's free. Just do it. If you don't subscribe, you're saying you love The View. It is your favorite show. If you don't like, follow, and or subscribe, The View is your favorite show, and you should be ashamed of yourself. That's true. You can always super chat me if you want me to the front. I love that super chat. If you're watching on Larry Sharpe YouTube, you can become a member so I can spend more time doing this and less time working, which I've been doing a lot of this week. You can just click the join button on the Larry Sharpe YouTube page. It's $5 a month. Keeps me going. I appreciate every little bit possible. Thank you, guys. Let me keep going if I can.
The neighborhood we moved into. And I remember things like one of my friends, his sister, who's a lovely girl, asked me to go to her 9th day dance. And I didn't have any interest, but I said yes. And I remember him coming over and saying, Mom says she can't go because you're a Catholic. Oh. And I can remember when John Kennedy got elected.
Basically slavery. Basically slavery. So to be clear, he used this. He said, there's a girl that I'm not interested in. He said that. His words, not mine. Not interested. Asked me to dance. I said, whatever. And the mom said, you can't go because you're a Catholic. Basically, N-word to the face. No difference. It's the same. It's N-word to the face and or slavery. That's what it is. That's the same. Same. So because of that, we need to have a black Supreme Court woman justice, I guess. Yes. Somehow he put that together. And we're supposed to be like, duh, that's brave. You had no difference. You were just as hammered as I was. Think about what year this was. All right? Think about what year this was. If he was like 15 or 14, whatever that is, what year was this guy born? If he's 80 now, so he was born like 1940 or something. Is that about right in that area? Am I about right? 1940 or so? This is the 50s. It's the 50s. And he's worried about discrimination. I will use a Democratic phrase for you. You might want to check your privilege. I always attack the left from the left. Enjoy.
The president.
Oh, yes.
I know it sounds corny
First
now,
Catholic president.
but it meant something. I wasn't looking to be president, but I thought.
Thank you, Alexa. Thank you so much. 1942. Yeah, so he's 13. It's 1955. There's still segregation. Literally, there's still segregation. But some woman said you can't go to the dance with my 9th grade girl that you're not interested in because you're Catholic. Basically segregation. It's no difference. Basically, it's lynching. It's what it is. Same. No difference. 100%. No difference.
God, finally, this is moving. And so I think it matters. I mean, I think I watch young women, the way they respond. I watch young Hispanics. I watch young blacks. I watch looking at people and saying,
do you really want to say I watch young Hispanics and watch young blacks? I would change those words if I were you.
I can do that, or it's open for me. And I think we not only have the most diverse administration in history, I think we have the most incompetent, qualified.
Yes.
Oh, qualified. Sorry.
Right. Both can exist.
Yeah, they have achieved literally nothing. I've been talking here for 20 minutes. I've not given you one thing we've done well whatsoever. I've not given you one accomplishment that my amazing team that's very diverse has achieved but we're the greatest team, so please clap. Cuz vibes. Cuz vibes. Yeah, vibes.
I have to take a break.
Okay.
You know, the other great thing about you is you learned.
See that? There's so many great things. Other thing is you learn. Brilliant. Not all you guys can learn. See, all you dummies out there, you don't know that you can learn. That's your problem. See that?
During the 50 years of service you've given, you've evolved, and I love a person who evolves because I'm trying so hard. Much more
I like the
with
way you are.
President Biden after this. And since we've been lucky enough to have him as a guest 10 times over the
10
last
times.
10 years, we'll be showing highlights of his past appearances.
He's been on the show 10 times. 10 times on one of the most popular daytime shows in the country. Wow.
Throughout the show. We'll be right back.
Look at all the cool pictures in the background. Oh my God. I love
Why are you
it.
scared to go on shows like this rather than on Meet the Press?
Meet the Press is easy. You guys are tough.
Yeah, are you afraid we might ask about?
Look at the difference in him then, right? To be forward, he really is, right? He really is better in this one. It's absolutely true. So, I mean, that is something. Yes. Dave says, Larry, we have to understand that 50, 60 years ago, Poles, Jews, Italians, Greeks, Catholics, etc., weren't considered white in some communities. This is true. You're not wrong. This is true. And there were actually federal guidelines. I've shown it in a previous show. There were federal guidelines that said in any newly made community where you were getting government funds and getting a new built after World War II, there was a certain percentage of Jews and Italians and such that could be in that group. And it was generally 30% for some, 10% for others. Dave, guess how many blacks could be in those communities? 0. Literally federal guidelines for mortgages, housing, and purchasing houses. Yes, literally. So while they weren't white, they were not considered black. Not just that. In the military, during that same time frame, there was segregation. Was there segregation for Poles, Jews, blacks, Mexicans? Poles, blacks, Poles, Jews, and Mexicans? No. If you watch the movie Fury, which is a movie about a tanker crew in World War II, American, the driver was Mexican. It was okay. You could be Hispanic. You could be anything and be together. Couldn't be black. So for him to sit there and talk about blackness and then talk about that, that is my issue. I think you're correct. Don't get me wrong. You are correct. But there was a difference. That's all I'm saying. And the 55, I mean, obviously today doesn't apply today, clearly, right? But we're talking 1955. It kind of did. Just saying. So Super Weapons, thank you for the $5 super chat. Appreciate it. The cult of personality and cognitive dissonance on display here is egregious, like Jim Jones levels. Yes, they just want to believe in him. They just want to believe he's great. Yes. And therefore he can do no wrong. He can do no wrong. They just want to believe he's great. And the issue is, to be forward, he makes them feel better. Because if they support a great man, they become great. Literally, it's vicarious. 100%. And many of them don't want to accept how privileged they actually are. So, yes. All right. Well, let's watch the rest a little bit
Your
more
booty.
of this. He's very cognizant here.
I was hoping you would.
All right, we're watching The View. I love it. I never thought I'd be watching The View with you guys.
Welcome back. It makes you want to dance, but we're back with President Joe Biden. Enjoy.
You're dancing about Joe Biden. How broken are you? Like, how broken are you? Like, the greatest guest I could have? Joe Biden. Oh, my God.
He's got the next question.
Yes. All right. Let's go down memory lane for a second because Trump
lane.
started his political campaign by calling Mexicans rapists. Remember that?
Yeah. Oh, my God. Yes. Oh, good. We're finally where we're supposed to be. We should be talking right now. We should be talking now about policy and how they fix the American family. But no, let's not do that. Let's instead talk about Orange Man Bad. Well done. I'm glad we finally got to where we're supposed to be. Never forget. You guys keep talking. All right, liberty or death. Stop talking. Because Orange Man is bad. And don't forget that.
I sure do.
He still jokes about Paul Pelosi nearly being beaten to death.
Jokes about
He
that.
thinks that's funny.
That's funny.
Let's see what else. He hinted that the Second Amendment people could do something.
Those evil Second Amendment people. You guys are terrible. Second Amendment people. These Second Amendment people. Can't say the word. You can can't say it. She hates it so much. She can't say the word. She can't say it. People, Second Amendment people.
Against Hillary Clinton.
See that?
And he's calling for a televised military tribunal for Liz Cheney.
I mean, that one. Just saying. Any Cheney.
These are his past statements and ideas. He's blamed now, but now he's blaming rhetoric from you. That you inspired these 2 assassination attempts.
I'm trying to remember. Okay, hold on. Didn't we just watch him go, I'm crushing him? Did we just see that like 10 minutes ago? I'm trying to remember how many about all those people, all the times, all the times that Biden and Harris got the long range hole puncher aimed at them. If I remember it back in 94 and under Obama, and then when she was senator, 0, not one goddamn time, 0, not one time, zip, 0 of all the time. He's been in office since freaking Lincoln, and never had the long range pew pew at him ever, never. Not one time. I can't say the word because YouTube will cancel me. So it's a long-range hole puncher. So never had it pointed at him once. Trump, twice in the past 3 months. Twice. But you know whose rhetoric is bad? Freaking Trump's. See that? That's his fault. Trump's. This show, you're squashing him. You're getting rid of him. He's the one who said, put him in. Isn't he the guy who said, put him in the crosshairs? And I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember again. How many times did he get the pew-pew at him? None. Not once. Trump, twice. Wow. If you're this person, if you're her, do you know how bad you are? Like, do you say to yourself, man, I'm bad. I'm a horrible human being. But, what are you going to do? Is that what you do? Or do you just go, no, I have validated all my bad behavior because I'm a good person, right? Is that what she does? Yeah, she does that. She thinks she's a good person. She does.
After all of the calls for violence, take them out, all the rest of it, you know what it is.
I don't want to say the things because I have no other things to say. I have a sheet of paper, which if I had things to say, I would literally have all of them written. And I would announce them in, over and over again. But I don't do that. Why? Because I don't have any more. I have those 3 BS ones that the media makes up. So I'll say those 3 and go, all the things. He does all the things. So many things that he does. There's so many, I can't name them. All the things. Doesn't at all. Even though 10 minutes ago, he's crushing the bug. Remember that? Yeah. All the things.
Don't you think that is just unbelievable? And what do you say to that?
Well, I think he is the most unusual president. No. Look, when I ran, I said I was running. One of the first major speeches I made was for Independence Hall about democracy. That democracy is at stake.
And to restore the soul of this
country. Yes.
The soul.
I ran for 3 reasons. I said I wanted to restore the soul of the country, meaning in a sense of decency and honor.
Yep.
Honor. I like honor. That's a good one. Do that.
I wanted to make the middle class grow because when it grows, everybody does well.
I agree. We should have grown the middle class. We should have grown it. We should have grew it. We should have growed it. We didn't do any of that though. So you didn't do the honor thing. You didn't do the middle class thing. So that's 0 for 2. Maybe the next one you got down. You did the next one so well that it didn't matter. You didn't. Okay, tell me the next one. You just killed it.
And thirdly, I wanted to bring the country back together, and I was told we couldn't do any of those things. But homeboy,
you did none of them. The country's more divided than ever. It's not even close. They're literally, they are literally using the long range hole puncher on the other guy, like multiple times. Violence is becoming the norm. They're talking about putting all types of cops everywhere. Violence is everywhere. Oh my God. So no, on that one, you honor by not having any type of democratic process to find your successor. That was honor. That was by defending your son who really did some Ukraine stuff. That was honor. I think you blew all of these. You did all of
Gotten
these.
a lot of them done. And look, Trump is
Come on, tell me.
Careful.
See, why do you have to think about this? You have to think about this because you usually do horrible rhetoric. You do the old existential threat. You do that, right? Joel said it. Yes, you're right, Joel. Existential threat. You do that all the time. Because you do that all the time, you had to worry about yourself. Yes. Lunatic, you have come in late, which is good for you because it was worse. If you go from the beginning to the end, if you're zipping through this to catch up, yeah, it's bad. It is. But I warned you all that it would be bad. He's like, this is cringe, repulsion, brainwave shorted. Yes, but I watched this for you and provide some levity so you all don't slit your wrists. I would like you to not do that because I love you all. So please don't do that. Thank you for the $2. Alexa, $2. Undue influence. Yes. 100%. Yes. So I'm here for you guys. I'm here for you.
there's not a lot of social redeeming value there.
Yeah.
No,
No
you think
social redeeming
But here's
value.
the thing. He really does not believe in democracy. And the
See, he doesn't believe in democracy. He doesn't believe in democracy. That's what he's running for office, and his party actually had a full primary, which he won because he doesn't believe in democracy. Your party did not have that because you do believe in democracy. Huh. Wait a minute. That doesn't make any sense, does it? What? Yeah, that's really weird. Yeah. Space says, thank you, Space, for watching. He says, he explicitly said he ran because of the fine people on both sides. He did say that. Yes, he literally said that. That's why I ran, because fine people on both sides. I had to stop and save the country. That's what he said. Now it's for these 3 reasons I just made up. And none of them are true at all. And none of it makes sense. But you'll clap anyway, because you really want me to be good, because Orange Man is bad. And you're privileged. And you want to make sure that you seem like you're okay. Yeah. That's kind of how it happens. Just saying that is kind of how it happens.
guardrails that our system is set up
Yes.
for the abuse of power.
Guardrails.
And you look at what he does and what he says, and look what he did. And
Yes.
look what he,
On January
me.
6th.
and not on just January 6th was absolutely
period.
bizarre.
Yeah.
Bizarre.
It's bizarre.
I was, on January 6th, I
Yeah.
was sitting in my office waiting to get ready to be sworn in.
Okay.
And I was going to make a speech on
Smart move.
another subject. And I went out and I made a speech on democracy. I made a speech on why this is ridiculous, why
Tell me.
this cannot stand. I mean, think about it.
I'm
And
thinking
look,
about it right
one
now.
of the things
Go ahead.
I've spent most of my career doing was consistently for 50 years is foreign policy. And the way in which the rest of the world
Trump went to all the debates because he likes democracy. You're right. He didn't go to any of them. He completely blew it off. You're totally correct. But guess who else blew him off? Oh, Biden. Yes, they both did. And this is my point. I'm not. Please, you guys know I'm not. I'm not a huge Trump fan at all. You know I'm not. I'm just teasing him, right? I'm just teasing him. Yeah, absolutely. Super Weapon says it's so difficult to watch and listen to these liars. I say this, and I do this for a very important piece. A lot of people think that no one's watching, that no one's caring. There's a lot of people who watch this and think this is really important and valuable. They think this really matters. They're all about it. And I think that's the piece. A lot of people see this, believe it, watch it. They're all on board. Yes. And that's why. Difficult to watch for you, but literally millions of people watch this happily, clapping all day long. Davis goes on to say, Larry, primaries are obsolete. Yeah, I'm not necessarily against the getting rid of primaries. I agree. I'm not against it. I think you're right. Yes, I agree.
was looking at this.
Huh.
It's bizarre.
Yeah.
And I can
bizarre,
tell
you
you
people.
now,
Tell
every major international meeting I go to, and I know all these women and men because I've been around so damn long, and I know them well personally.
No. Yeah.
And no matter what their politics are, as we're going out with the G20, the G7, all these meetings, they'll go like this. He can't. He's not.
Yeah.
I'm not joking.
Probably terrifying to them.
NATO.
They're all terrified of Trump. They're terrified. Like they're all scared. They're like the world's going to end. So none of that's true. Like none of that's true. No one's like, you can't. It's that they don't believe that. What they're saying is we don't want him to win because he might make us pay our fair share in NATO. And that makes us mad. We don't want to pay our fair share. That's the reason.
Yeah.
Ends if he.
That's right.
Yeah.
He would
Yes.
love that.
The idea that he fails to understand the value of partners, the value of alliances, the value of bringing the world together.
The value of alliances, the values of partnership has had us literally at war for the past 80 years. That's what it's done. We have been at war for the past 80 years. And most of that's because of some dumb alliance. Yeah, we have been at war forever. We could have just let them go. It is crazy. Yes. Pablo says, creepy guy who has nuclear codes. It's funny. Lunatic, thank you, my friend, for the $5. This is all rhetoric. We the people. The system demands reduction. We demand accountability. We demand peace. We demand you go pound sand your dunce cap. Yes, that'd be nice. Absolutely. It's crazy. Yes. Picabelle is on board. Quit touching people, you old creep. Thank you for being a member, by the way. I appreciate that. Yes, 100%. So, Jamie, how are you, sir? It's been a while. Simone Biles wish she could do gymnastics as well as these people do with their thoughts and logic. 100%. 100%. Yes. Kim goes on to say the candidates on both sides selected by the elites have been for decades. Trump slipped in by accident. Agreed. The elites hate Trump. You're right, Kim. You are 100% correct. He did slip in, and they can't wait to get rid of him. The average Republican actually likes Trump. If you ask the average Republican, they like Trump. The elite Republicans hate Trump. They can't wait for him to go away. You are correct. They can't wait for him to go away.
Bring things. Anyway, I just.
He values Kim Jong-un.
Well, yeah. By the way,
But isn't he just trying to stay out of jail? Let's face
He's
it.
trying to stay in jail, and he values himself above everything else.
I'm
But
not
I
sure he
do-
even understands what he's doing.
Yeah,
No,
but
well.
I do have a question for you.
Wow. So he doesn't understand. Trump doesn't understand. He was president for 4 years and doesn't get it. Okay. Liberty Death says the value of alliances, a.k.a. entangled alliances. Yes, I'm on board. And there's Michael, entangling alliances. Yep. I knew I wasn't alone on this one. I knew I was not alone with this one. Yes. James says, bringing the world together. Where's the unity? Last time I checked, the world's still crumbling and everyone's fighting each other. Yes. How'd you bring the world together? You know what it is, James? You don't get it. When he brought us and China together, wait, he didn't. But then when he brought us and Russia together and, oh, wait, no. That's fine. But well, he brought the BRICS people. James, you're wrong, cuz vibes. Vibes,
President,
James.
This year
Vibes.
marks the 30th anniversary of the Violence Against Women Act,
Yeah.
which you call your proudest legislative accomplishment in all the years you
He's most
served
proud
as
of that.
Senator, Vice President, and President of the United States. It's so personal to you. Can you
Okay, it can't be personal to him. It cannot be. The woman on the left already said so. He's a straight white male. So it can't be because she's already said that already. Yes.
tell our viewers why?
My dad was a really honorable, a noble man.
Okay, good. Glad.
Never went to college. Was a very well-read guy and had great character. He used to
Okay.
say the greatest sin of all is the abuse of power.
Okay.
And the ultimate sin was to abuse a child or a woman.
Mm.
And what I did when I was chairman of the Judiciary Committee, I looked and saw all, when I held these hearings, remember, you may remember.
I remember.
I remember nothing.
No, but all kidding aside, when I held these hearings, it was like, what's he doing? And people started coming forward
Yeah.
and people telling their stories.
Yep.
And the extent of the abuse. And I'm so damn proud. My daughter Ashley, she has her master's. Anyway, she's a social worker in Philadelphia,
Okay.
and she's providing housing for abused women and
Okay.
and women.
So a social worker came in and wants to provide housing for abused women, amazing. A lot of people do want to do that, and they should, and we should support that. So what did the crime bill, you know where my head is, what did the Violence Against Women Act do? It wasn't a bad act in general, but what it also did was provide $1.6 billion to people. That's it, $1.6 billion. And it created, of course, a Bureau of Violence Against Women, whatever, Bureau, which its budget is over $400 million a year. Of course it is. So it's a jobs program. And it gets grants of over $600 million every year. So it's a $1 billion jobs program is what it actually is. Now, here's the thing. Am I somehow, doing you're against violence against women, whatever? No, of course. Of course I don't want that. But that was already happening, right? That was happening. So what they did was they said, oh, that's happening. Let's jump on board and create a whole lot of jobs. And it worked perfectly. Now there's lots of jobs, and to help, I don't know, whatever, help people have jobs. That's what this is all about. Programming, Lieutenant Libertarian, thank you for the $2. Programming is the proper term when you watch your TV. It is. And this is the TV. Yes. What about the same year, the crime bill? Have we spoken about that? Have we spoken about the crime bill that put 100,000 cops into New York cities, specifically into brown and black communities? And you wondered, why were there so many more brown and black people getting arrested? Because it was 100,000 extra cops by him put directly into black and brown communities. If you have more incidents with cops, you will have more people being arrested, guaranteed. That's how that works. But then that crime bill only funded those people for 2 years. Most people don't know that. So the money funded it for 2 years. After that, what had to happen? All those cops had to be funded locally. Well, wait a minute. They can't afford to fund these cops. What are you going to do? Oh, I know. Civil asset forfeiture. That is when it exploded. When these local municipalities and these local states had to fund all the cops that the federal government mandated that they only paid for 2 years. So how are you going to pay for them? Well, I got to do something. What am I going to do? I'm going to now start taking people's stuff. Well, I could take it from the rich people in these gated neighborhoods, but they all have lawyers and they vote and they give money to my police chief and to my mayor. I'll stop that. I'll go into brown and black communities. I'll do that instead. I'll take all their stuff. They're immigrants. They don't know any better. And most of them have criminal records. They won't do anything. I'll just punish them instead. Hence, we have civil asset forfeiture. Hence, we have people taking your cars, taking your homes, taking everything. Why? To pay for a system that shouldn't even happen in the first place. And mandatory minimums. Mandatory minimums are blatantly unconstitutional, utterly unconstitutional. And this man made sure it happen. He added mandatory minimums, by the way, in his Violence Against Women Act. Yes, that's when we started with mandatory minimums and also the crime bill. I wouldn't be so proud of it if I were you, my friend. I wouldn't be.
And who are coming out of incarceration to work with them, because there's so many opportunities for people to correct their lives and get things back in shape. But it's just.
How can you when you were behind mandatory minimums more than once?
Simply, I mean, the idea of, anyway.
Yeah, anyway, let's do anyway.
The most consequential thing, in my view, that I've emotionally ever done. Is that when I started it, it got very little support, but it became, it's now part of the ethic of America.
Yes.
It is.
It's a great thing. Yeah.
Yeah, you're
We're
great.
all better for it.
Let's forget about the crime bill. Forget about that. That never happened.
We're taking another break because our,
I'm talking too long.
No.
We
It's
just
not
gotta keep
you.
the
It's
lights
not
on.
you.
We gotta
We
pay our
just like
salaries.
you being here, But I'm supposed to let y'all know that to come back, take your break, and come back because we have more with President Joe Biden.
All right. Love Joe Biden. He's the best. Don't ever think about the crime bill. And Afghanistan. Not
You
important.
get up there, healthcare bill signed, and you throw the F-bomb, and I'm thinking, oh man, yes, that might be one we maybe shouldn't say to.
Yes, when they got Obamacare done, he was like, this is a big deal. We have given so much money to pharmaceutical companies. Oh my God. Insurance companies, the grift that we will come off of Obamacare. Oh my God. So much grift, like double, triple grift. That's what he was thinking. You were going to make so much money. Nancy Pelosi is going to love this. She's going to make a killing. The amount of cash we're going to pull from the pharmaceutical companies and the insurance companies for Obamacare. Oh, mwah. That's what he was saying. And he was right, because that's true. That's what actually happened.
Were you surprised that you got the pass from him on that?
No comment.
I was just thankful my mother couldn't hear her say that.
See that? All right, show us some good stuff now. The View, come on, View. I'm with you. Let's do
We
this.
have heard you commit to picking a woman for the ticket. I have told people endlessly that I've turned it down and they should stop asking me.
Now, again, he said he will pick a woman. And then he said he'd pick a woman of color. And then he said he'd pick a black woman for the Supreme Court. And everyone's okay with it. You're literally doing DEI, literally, like openly, literally. And then when we go, it's DEI pick, you go, you're mad. Larry, don't call it a DEI pick. It's literally one. Literally one. Literally. And then he's mad if you say it. Well, it looks good. Agreed. I'm not going to lie. It looks great. The vibes are amazing. That's true. The vibes are great. But then what did you achieve? And this is what I've been asking. He's been talking now for about 28 minutes, almost a half an hour. And I would ask you, has anyone here who's watching or listening heard one successful thing he did for American families? For American families. One. I haven't heard one. I haven't heard one. But that's what we're worried about? It's terrible. James says, the View is, he means simping. Simping so hard for Joe Biden right now. I wonder if he's trying to get lucky tonight. Yeah, maybe. Maybe he's going to take, he got 6. He got a shot, 1 in 6 shot. You might get one of them. He might get 2. You never know. I love that. Sassy says, what's sad is somebody believe this BS. You know, this is actually why I put this up. Sassy, you get that. You get it. Thank you for saying that. The reason why I put this up is not to make fun of it. I mean, I do love making fun of it. But that isn't the reason why I put it up. I put it up here so you understand that there are tens of millions of people who are buying this, who are eating it up, who think it's absolutely true. And if you think different from any of these women, you're the stupid one. You're the mean one. You're the ist or the phobe. You are the ist or the phobe. Yes. So thank you for that, Sassy. You get it completely.
You have a short list.
Don't turn it down yet. You got to think more about this. Okay?
I must stay here, Joe. I must stay here. Yes, we're back, and that was me trying to get a job with President Joe Biden. Alyssa has the next question.
Mr.
Next
President,
question.
you spoke at the UN General Assembly yesterday as the Middle East feels like a powder keg. Israel and Hamas's war rages on. Now it seems to have expanded to Hezbollah.
You know, I was considering actually going through that speech instead of this one. I considered it, but I thought this one was more fun. But yeah, that speech was garbage too. But yes, that speech was garbage. Absolutely 100%.
In the north. How real is an all-out war in the Middle East? And is a ceasefire still in reach? And would you require all hostages to be released alive in order to have a ceasefire?
The answer is part of the ceasefire would be the exchange of those hostages, number one. Number two, an all-out war is possible, but I think there's also the opportunity.
Wait a minute. I thought you were saying how you brought the world together. Didn't you just tell me how you brought the world together? Didn't you just tell me how awesome you and Kamala Harris? Didn't you tell me all these things? You just did. Michael saying, as a straight white guy, I don't care. That's what you can't care about that, Mike. I forgot. They've already told you. You're a straight white guy. You can't care about how stuff looks. You can't do it. You can't. So you can't. So I can. You can't. So I check one box. So if I was gay, I could check 2, but I only check 1. So sorry about that. Yes, you can't care. It doesn't matter if you do. You can't. They said it already, and whatever they say is true. So yes, absolutely.
Are still in play to have a settlement that could fundamentally change the whole region. Mm-hmm. And I look, one of the things that I found is there's the Arab world very much wants to have a settlement because they know what it does for them. Mm-hmm. They're willing to make arrangements with Israel and alliances with Israel.
So similar, you're saying the Arab world wants to make alliances with Israel, similar to the Abraham Accords, which was alliances with Israel? Maybe, I don't know.
If Israel changes some policies.
Some
And,
policies. Some policies. Just change some policies. Just Israel. Will you change some policies? You just won't do that? And then we're good. Israel, you just change the policies.
I've known Bibi Netanyahu for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And
how'd you do with Bibi? How'd you do with Bibi? You know him a long time, and you're this great guy, and you got Harris over there meeting with him. And what happened? Oh, right, he blew you off in every single way possible. That's right. I remember now. Yeah.
Very strong support of Israel. I make no bones about it. I said years ago I was a Zionist. All a Zionist means is that there needs to be an Israel. And
well, you know what? I'm going to give him. I am. This part about Biden, I've been teasing him a lot, but I'm going to give him credit where credit is due. He is an open Zionist. Okay. At least he says it. I mean, that's something. I have not given him much credit at all. I will give him credit here. He is a Zionist. Okay. He says it. That's what he is. At least we get it. Give him something. There we go.
The fact is, though, that Bibi has a picture I signed for him when he was a young member of the embassy here in the United States. And it was 8x10 picture. He asked me to sign. I wrote, Bibi, I love you, but don't agree with the damn thing you say or do, Joe.
Yeah.
And I do, and it's right. I don't agree with his position. There needs.
You've changed nothing then. Wow. Michael says, if only there was some leverage the U.S. had over Israel to get a piece of it. I know. That's the sad part, Mike. We got nothing. We got nothing over them to do anything. We're just trapped. That's our problem. You're right. If only we were giving them weapons or something like that, or giving them money or something. That'd be amazing. But
to be a two-state solution. Ultimately, it needs to happen. There's a way to do it, and they have a possibility. I don't want to exaggerate it, but a possibility if we can deal with a ceasefire in Lebanon, that it can move into dealing with the West Bank. But we also have Gaza to deal with.
Yeah.
And so.
Okay, look at them oh, dude, yeah. All he's doing is explaining this system that everyone knows. Well, we got to worry about Lebanon. And they go, oh, dude, so smart. And we got to worry about West Bank. Oh, so smart. And Gaza. Oh, so smart. Everybody watching knew that years ago. Years ago. We know this. The question is, you were vice president for 8 years under Obama and president for 4 years and in the Senate for 245 years, whatever, a long time. How come you haven't fixed that? How come you don't have a plan? Here's what I know. I'm sure of. And I know because every time I run for office, I run twice. Both times I had a plan. When I was helping Lars Mapstead run, he had a plan. If I was running for president, I would have a plan for the Middle East. I would have a plan, particularly if I had been a senator for 105 years and then was vice president for 8 years. I would have a goddamn plan for Israel when I became president. And I would put it into plan because I would know everybody. As he says, he knows everybody, all these things. You know all these people for all these years and you don't have a plan. That's because you're incompetent. I would not be proud of that. I would not be proud of that. Absolutely. Ryan, thank you for $2, my friend. Joe Biden sounds groggy from sleeping pills. No, he doesn't like having to think this hard. So now he's like, let me just talk about stuff and tell you the stuff. And Israel starts with an I. And the second letter is an S. And it's on the Mediterranean Sea. We have to worry about these things. I got it. There's a lot of Jews in Israel. We know. There's also some Arabs. Yes. And they have problems. Yes. So what's the answer? And it ends with an L. I got it. What's the answer? Give me the answer. Well, there's an E in there somewhere. Was A come first or E come first? I don't know which one. It's something. That's what I'm dealing with right now. That's what I'm dealing with right now. Yes. Joel says he would have a plan for Israel, but there's no money in it. There's the problem. Yes, there's the problem. Somebody get paid.
Possible, and I'm using every bit of energy I have with my team, and from the Defense Department, you know it well, to get this done. There's a desire to see change. In the region.
And peace.
And that's only been true since 1948. Since you were 6. That has been true since you were 6. So it's been true for 75 years. And now you're figuring it out. Jesus Christ.
And well, peace is exactly right. But, one of the things is that I'll end this by saying,
Okay, tell me how.
there's certain inflection points in history
Okay, inflection
where what
points.
happens in the very near term
Okay.
sets the course for the world for the next 6 or 7 decades.
Okay. That sounds great.
We're at one of those places.
We are.
We have a chance to really.
We in
for
trouble
example,
now.
We put NATO together. You know it well.
We put NATO together. We put NATO together about 70 years ago.
Added 2 countries to NATO.
Added 2
Stop
countries.
Putin.
Nice.
Now, you know, Trump says if he gets elected, he wants to get the hell out of NATO.
Okay, first off, we didn't stop Putin. Putin's still winning in Ukraine right now. I know some of you like Ukraine, some of you don't. I'm not taking a side on Ukraine. I'm telling you the truth. Right now, Russia's winning in Ukraine. That's happening right now. At this moment in time, as he's saying, we've stopped Putin, Russia's kind of winning right now in Ukraine. They're actually beating the Ukrainians right now. Now, that could change. Don't know. I'm just telling you, at this moment in time, that's what's happening. So, yeah, that's not how that works at all. And second, you added 2 new people to NATO. Awesome. That's good. Trump didn't say he wants out of NATO. I mean, he might get out of NATO. And again, I don't like NATO. I'm not mad if he gets out of NATO. I don't care, right? Liberty that says it. NATO, aka International Alliance. I'm not against it. But what Trump did do, to be forward, to give Trump credit here, is he made him pay more. If I gotta stay in NATO, at least I don't want to pay for it. But I'd rather not be in NATO. I'd rather be out of NATO.
I've been able to put together what they call the Quad in the South Pacific.
Ryan says, Putin's winning Ukraine. Say what? Yes, he's actually winning right now. He actually is winning right now. It's crazy.
In that area to increase, we have a chance to reorder the world in a way that is not
the world.
Not Shangri-La, but it is real. Yeah. Fundamental changes.
So here's what he's saying. We have a chance. Didn't you have that chance 4 years ago? Didn't you have that chance with 8 years with Obama? And what happened? We replaced the Taliban after 20 years and trillions of dollars and thousands of lives with a better Taliban.
Reflect the changes that are taking place now. And look what's happening with just what we're doing with climate.
Yeah. And Guillermo, yeah, you're doing so much. Everything he said has been a loss. And I'll go back to the same thing I brought up in the beginning. What did he say he had done for the American family? Nothing. The only person who's running, who's talking about the American family, is RFK Jr. Nobody else. RFK Jr. is the only person who's talking about the American family. No one else is. He's not. We've done so much. What? Name one. Has he named one thing besides vibes? I mean, the vibes are great. The look is great. What has he done? Nothing. Proud Vet says, RFK said NATO was a weapon sales scam. Yes. Daniel goes on to say NATO hasn't been needed since 1992. I'm not fighting you guys. I'm not fighting you on any of this. I'm not.
So there's so many things that are so many opportunities. And I know, you know, I
yes,
had
right, I know.
That craniotomy because I had an aneurysm years ago. And the doctor was trying to explain to me whether it was generic or congenital.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't care. We'll just take care of it. We're okay. He looked at me and said, you know what your problem is, Senator? I said, no. I said, you're a congenital optimist. Well, I am, because there's nothing America's ever worked on.
I want to ask you.
Gotten done.
That's true.
Okay, he keeps saying, she goes, that's true. That's true. What has he done? He hasn't said anything that makes any sense. He hasn't brought the world together. He hasn't brought the country together. He hasn't done any of these things. He hasn't improved the middle class. He said, we've made the world safer, world together. There's more war than when he took on board. We're making America's clean together. America's fighting each other left and right. They're literally doing pew pew at the president. It's not working. And the middle class is a disaster. It's going away. We can't buy houses anymore. I don't know what he's talking about.
Nothing.
Yeah. So in January, you're leaving Washington after 50 years of public service. How? You've been the best. How do you want the Biden administration remembered? And how do you want Joe Biden, the man, remembered?
So of everything he said in the past half an hour, one thing he said was, I'm proud of the Violence Against Women Act. Okay. I mean, not great, but fine. Okay. That's fine. That's it. But she will pat him on and go, 50 years, you're the best. For one thing he did that we mentioned. Nothing else.
You know, when I got elected when I was 29 years old, you have to be 30 to be sworn in. Everybody thought there must be some secret in Delaware. Did I have some secret? I said, yeah. Have you figured out what's worth losing over?
Yeah.
Have you figured out what's worth losing over? Because if you haven't figured that out, you should be in another business. There's so many things that are worth losing over if you got to keep trying. And what I want to remember for is
I'm not sure what he means.
Honest in what I've done, straight up. And I think I used to drive Barack crazy. Every morning we meet at 9 o'clock for 8 years, and then we end the day together. And all the sayings, and I'd say to him, Barack, remember, all politics is personal, including international. You build relationships.
He didn't answer the question at all. She said, what do you want to be known for? And he's like, I'm just going to talk about stuff. And then me and Barack had fun, and I shook his hand, and I gave him a hug and a kiss, and that was great. And that's what he said. And that's it.
Matters to build trust. It matters, it matters, it matters. And I just think the environment is such that we can get so much done.
But you got none of it done. This is what she's saying. The question she asked you was, what do you want to be known for? It's been 50 years. What did you do? We could get so much done. Okay, great. What'd you get done? So much could get done. Got it. What did you get done? You know, me and Barack used to have breakfast together, and I liked scrambled eggs, and he liked poached eggs. Got it. What did you do? Vibes.
Have to focus. We have to believe in ourselves again. And that's
see, you guys open. Pete, your problem is you don't believe in yourself anymore. He just told you. You listen to him. Joel, you got your mouth open, talking trash. I have an idea. Why don't you believe in yourself again? That's why he couldn't get anything done. Freaking Pete and Joel wouldn't believe in themselves. If they would have believed in themselves, he could have got it done. But you guys are sitting there getting upset. Well, he's vibing. It's your fault, not his.
What I like most about Kamala. She believes in America. She believes in our capacity.
She believes America exists. Me too. I live in it. I think it exists too. That's amazing. That's great.
She believes in who we are. And I don't know. I just
vibes. What does that mean? Think about that. He said that. And they're all nodding. I was like, yeah. Oh, yeah. She believes in America. She believes in who we are. That literally says nothing. He might as well said, blah, 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 blah. And then we'll go, yeah, blah, blah. That's amazing. You mean blah? You meant blah, right? Yeah, blah's great. It would just go, yeah. Just, yeah. He said nothing. He said nothing. And like, yeah, it's great. Yeah.
In terms of, I'm less concerned about what my legacy is.
Okay. I'm not concerned about that.
Although I'm leaving, you're stuck with me. I'm not going away. Because there's so many other things I want to do in terms of the Biden Institute of Penn on foreign policy, the Biden Institute in Delaware on.
The Biden Institute on foreign policy. You heard that. He just said that. The Biden Institute on foreign policy. How to negotiate in Ukraine will be probably a class. How to make cash in Ukraine. I'm sure that's a class. How to exit a country like Afghanistan. Well done on that one. How to make sure there's no wars in the Middle East. Yep. He's got that shit down. Oh, it's going to be a great place to go. Can't wait. Put that on your resume. I went to the Biden Institute of Foreign Policy. Oh, you did? Get out. Get out. But I know how to grift. Oh, wait. Did you take the grifting class? I majored in grifting. Oh, I'm sorry, my friend. Come on in. I thought, okay, you majored in grifting. That's the best grifting institute we have. Come on in. We got you. Where you going to? Tajikistan? We got that one down.
Domestic policy to keep the things going that we started. Jesus. And I think we can get them done.
Okay.
I have to tell you.
Look, she's giddy. She's giddy. She's like a little girl. She's giddy. I love it.
Our thanks to you for coming and sitting with us.
Oh, come on.
You have been extraordinary for the country. And we are so proud to have had you at this table more than once, but to have you here at this table as.
See, Pinkerbell's got it. Thank you, Pinkerbell. Thank you for being a member, by the way. But I believe in love. I believe in music. I believe in magic. And I believe in you. Pinkerbell, you should be the vibe consultant. See that? They should have hired you as the vibe consultant. amazing. That would have been great. I love that. They made a mistake. You could have killed it right here. He could have gotten to a song and dance if he wanted to, get a little karaoke. We could have kicked it. That's great. Yeah, they screwed up.
President of the United States.
Well, I'm proud to be all of you.
Oh, see that? There we go.
We'll be right back.
We don't have to wrap back. Actually, we can end it there. It's fine. We can end it there. Then we have Ryan so much. Ryan, thank you for the $5. The Biden Institute on Foreign Policy Jokes just write themselves. Yes, his foreign policy was equally disastrous as Carter's foreign policy. Carter's. Yes, Carter's. Yes, correct. Absolutely. Marie says, "Oh my God, you make me laugh so loud." I like that. I'm trying to do that. Yes, absolutely. I do enjoy that. I do. It would be great if you would major in grifting. Delicious is what I would say. Absolutely delicious. Guys, I'm going to ask you again, if you have not yet, please click the button that is like. It does matter. Click that button, please. If you are watching on either Twitter or Facebook, click the like button. It does matter. Use something and click something with something. Do that. And then share it if you would, or retweet it. If you have not subscribed to my channel, then I'm going to send you to the Biden Institute of Foreign Policy, and I will not allow you to major in grifting, so your degree will be useless. So don't do that. Instead, subscribe, and then we're all good. I will not force you to do so. If you haven't super chatted, you always can. Thank you for those of you who do. You can also, if you want to, become a member. Membership, if you want to, if you head over to Larry Sharpe YouTube, click that join button. It's $5 a month. And you see, I always try to get my members up as fast as I can, try to get them back again, because the members matter. You are the guys who keep this show going, so I can do more of this and less working. I'm trying to do less working, but damn it, it's hard. I mean, I'm a political consultant, so yes, I do, generally speaking, at least one, if not two, some days, believe it or not, 4 media hits, either TV, local radio, podcasts, every day. And then I come and do this. Then I come and do this. I'm nuts. And I'm still trying to raise money. Yes, I'm insane. It's accurate. I am completely insane. But yes, it is still true, 100%. So Matt says, thank you, Matt, for being a member. The Biden Institute of Inflation. I mean, yeah, that would work. I mean, if you had that, yes, absolutely. Yes. Ryan goes on to say, if you don't hit the like button, you enjoy Joe Biden's speeches. Utter punishment. Utter punishment. Yes. Joe says, grifting will be a great minor with a poli-sci degree. I'm saying you major in grifting. I mean, just major. You would learn how to buy the stocks. You would learn how to, how to get bribes from Ukrainians. You would get the entire thing. You would get all of it. Liberty Ortez says, vibe me harder, daddy. I mean, kind of is. Kind of is. Yes. It's kind of true. Yes. 100%. So that's really good. So, guys, I will be on again tomorrow at 7. I made it on time this time. I'll make it on time tomorrow too. I'm not sure what I'm doing yet. I may be doing a show with Mike Voss maybe tomorrow, or maybe Friday. I'm not sure. Or maybe I'll do an AMA. But I will have something on tomorrow at 7, and also something on tomorrow, Friday at 7. Both times I will see at 7 p.m. When this is over, please head back. Keep Mr. Rhythm happy. Al Gore, Mr. Rhythm, keep him happy if you would, and put a comment after this is over. It makes everybody happy. Guys, thank you so much for your time. I will see you all